Welcome to the Stay Paid podcast, where we help agents and entrepreneurs master the latest business trends to unlock growth and create a life of freedom. Brought to you by Reminder Media.
Welcome to Stay Paid. My name is Joshua Stike.
And I'm Luke Akery.
And before we bring on our guest today, we'd love it if you take a minute to subscribe to Stay Paid on Apple Podcast or on Spotify. If you're not already subscribed, and while you're there, drop us a review. We'll read it here on the show. I have a featured review. This came in new. This is from Bamashan via Apple Podcasts. Great actionable info. I'm a new subscriber to the podcast, but I've learned so much in just the handful of episodes that I've listened to. Lots of great actionable tips to help my real estate business. Thank you so much for the fantastic content.
Love that, Bamashan.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys can see my cool Stay Paid pop socket.
We're selling those for only $10 a pop socket. Go to remindermedia.com/shop. You can actually buy those. Can you really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was making a joke. There you go.
There you go. Our guest today, awesome, are Stephen Akery and Cody Smith, as always, of the Akery Brothers Realty Team, the number one real estate team in Lynchburg, Virginia. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go.
And our special guest already promised that they are bringing the energy. It's Amy Stockberger. Amy leads the number one real estate team in South Dakota and ranks number 18 in the United States, according to Real Trends. Through programs like their VIP Club, One Roof Solution, and Lifetime Home Support, Amy has built a system-centric and client-focused real estate team that has been voted the local best since 2009. Amy, welcome to Stay Paid.
Honored to be here with all of you gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. I've heard amazing things, and I got the chance to hop on a call with you, I guess a month or so ago, and was blown away by one, what you're doing for your clients, and then what you've accomplished so far. Can you give a little bit of just how big your team is, transactions or volume that you're doing this year, just so people can get context of what you're accomplishing?
Yeah, so we have a team of about 20 right now, agents. We have 9 staff. We have 3 in the Philippines. Our stretch goal is 600. We're probably on track to do about 559 units right now that we're serving. We're not doing units. We're serving 559 clients out there. And we have a lifetime home support model. So we're there for our clients before, during, and forever. So over 80% of our business is a repeat and referral business.
Okay.
So we get to work with the clients who come to us already drinking the Kool-Aid, come to the warm leads with us, the ones who light you up and not drag you down. And so it helps in keeping our agents in good spirits too, when we get to work with such awesome people who already know what we can provide for them for life.
That's great. Why do you make the distinction serving versus the units, right? Why are you making that distinction? That's always obviously an important topic for you.
That's a big part of our culture. My vision for my company is to build big, juicy legacies for everybody in our ecosystem, from our agents to our clients to our community. And we do that through serving. My goal is to turn every agent who comes into our office not into an entrepreneur, but into a servapreneur who is building a legacy business on the foundation of serve, then sell. And when you do that, and that's part of our conversations when we talk to agents, that if you're in this to serve, then you're going to fit our culture. And likely if you're not into it to serve, you're likely not going to make it a long time in the industry, period, because this is a big deal. We are so blessed to be a part of these people's lives and such a giant part of their life, whether it's really, really happy, getting married, having babies, getting a new job, or it's really, really sad, getting divorced, having people pass away, things like that. And we are just so lucky to be able to serve them through all of those human stages that they're going through, and a big ticket item that's likely their biggest, net profit worth for each individual, or for most individuals, I should say.
It makes so much sense. Go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to say, I just did the math on, per agent production. That's like 27 units per agent, and 89%, you said, repeat and referral. That's
about a little over 80. And actually my agents, usually it's on average right around 30 units. Our units are down here just like everybody else in our market, but we typically do about 10% of our market share. We've been small giants for a long time. My goal this year is 13% market share. Wow. But yeah, we're coming for it. Like the legacies to build for everybody.
Talk about, if you're getting over 80% referral repeat business, what do you do for your clients? Here's the question that I get asked all the time. Yeah. How many touch points should you have for your client base, for your database, in order to stay top of mind, in order to serve appropriately? What has been, I know there's no magic formula, but what's been your formula to try to make this happen?
Well, that's a great question. Let me just take you back to 2014 to kind of walk you through how we completely revamped our business model because of a problem I saw not only in my business at that time, but in the industry as a whole. So I've been doing this. This will be my 24th year in the business. I came into it. My dad was a broker. He put me in the back office, dark, dank room, paid me 24 grand when I was 21 some years old, said, sink or swim, girly. And I had the opportunity to fall in love with it. And I got to swim and decided within 2 years of working on the back end of the admin side that I wanted to get licensed, got licensed, became a buyer's agent. Then for a hot second was a single broker for a hot second, and then started my team almost immediately. And then once Adam, my husband, joined us, then we really started scaling in 09. But we were killing it. I'm a systems girl. We have a system and strategy for every step of the home buying and selling process. And got to about 2014, and clients were loving us. They were absolutely loving us, saying, "Oh, you're killing it on the before and during. You had such a good experience." Da, 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 da. And because I was so smart back then, I was doing these billboard campaigns. These billboard campaigns that the only goal of those billboard campaigns was to remind the people who said they loved me to refer me. That was my main campaign goal. So my face was up there just so they could continue to give me that repeat and referral business, because we knew getting a new client costs, over 5 times more than keeping an old client. Acquiring a new client, I should say. And that if you're able to keep that client for longer, you can increase profits generously on that. And so guess what? The billboards didn't work. Yeah. Blow your mind, right? Blow your mind. So my billboards, they weren't serving my clients. What? So I started looking at 14. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing clients who loved us, who we were killing it for the before and the during part of the transaction, that obviously I wasn't giving value to them after. I wasn't staying top of mind after enough. And so I went down a rabbit hole of just like, how could I find a system to put into place that I could copy and paste? That's what we need to do, right? There's no new original ideas. You take one that's existing and you make it better and you grow it. That's what entrepreneurs do, right?
Yes.
And I found nothing. I found all these ways to put cold leads into my business, how to start an ISA program, how to convert the cold leads, how to take the cold lead to closing. But then I didn't find anything how to take care of them at a high level through all of their human stages of life. And so I decided I was going to create one, and created what I call my lifetime home support model that takes care of clients before, during, and forever, through all of their human stages, because they have all these human seasons of life, right? And there wasn't anything revolutionary, guys. The first thing I did, I bought a moving truck. People have been doing that forever. Bought a moving truck, but my partner is my husband, who is like my red light. I'm green light, go. Like, likely, I always say that we'd live underneath a bridge if he said yes to everything I wanted to do. So, but he's my green light or my red light on that. And he said, monetize it or it's a no. So I sold ad space on it. Nothing revolutionary. Sold ad space on the back of my truck. So first I brought it into my lifetime home support model, served my clients for life. They just had to buy, rent, or invest one time, access for life. It was a billboard on wheels, again, so I could take down those good billboards that weren't doing anything. The billboard on wheels, it was a killer write-off, and I was making money off of it. So that was easy. I put that into place right away. And then I decided, okay, at the same time, that's not going to do it.
Can I pause you just for a second? I have a question, because I love that moving truck idea. But did you actually give it to your client? Like, they could come and, in essence, rent it from you for the day to move their couch, to pick up something from Lowe's or whatever. And then did you have like the whole rental liability thing worked out? Like, because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, if I gave the moving truck to people, was that all taken care of for you by the company, or how did that work?
Yep. So the company that I use, On the Move, has that all included.
Okay,
insurance,
beautiful.
Everything is right there. And I'm big on local, so I wanted to use my local insurance, but I couldn't touch it with theirs.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
And they had everything on it. But yeah, so they rent, or they buy, sell, and invest one time. They can use it for life. And so it's not just
crazy.
You think about all the times in a human experience, you have stuff you need to move.
My wife and I literally needed it last week. Yeah. We needed
Right.
a truck last week and we don't have one. Yeah, that's so funny.
So a couch, like I have physicians, some of my physicians, I work in the recruitment market in our healthcare here as part of my book of business. And my physicians come back and use this 10 plus years. I have people of 20 years who buy a $10,000 couch and they don't want to pay the fee to get it from the moving company or from the furniture company there, or they want to run things out to the landfill, or they want to take things to Goodwill. And with this too, and I think every good entrepreneur should want to do this, but we also do it as a give back to our community. So we give it out to nonprofits for free, for first responders for free. Awesome. So anything that's happening, we're giving it back to the community. And again, it's a serving. I'm serving my community, which makes me feel awesome because serving feeds the soul, right, gentlemen? Mm-hmm. Serving feels so good. It makes this business so fun. But it also is another brand awareness, right? Yes. And because I'm systemized, we also use it as lead gen. Everybody who uses my truck gets put into my nurture system. They get an appointment to be talked to about how not only are we the local experts at connecting buyers and sellers, but we also take care of our clients for life through our lifetime home support model.
So you'll have people through the nonprofit or through friends and family of your clients that will use the truck, and then those naturally get into your ecosystem and get into your
It's freaking marketing. Brilliant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you rent it outside of your past clients? Like, do you use it for profit as well in that?
We don't. No, we don't. We have two of them now in an enclosed trailer, and we can't. We're too busy with it. They're on the road all the time. But I will say, so like the Orpheum, like this is a fun thing. We have a local Orpheum. They have all this stuff, right? They have to move all these big, beautiful costumes for these for these plays. So like one of the things there, this happens quite a bit, but what the lifetime home support model does, it makes you the authority in your market who gives. And so they're advertising for you. And that's what we want as real estate agents. We want as many people as possible saying our name in as positive way to as many people as possible. Like billing your clients as your lifetime referral partners should be the game that we're all taught from the beginning. It's not. We know that NAR tells us year after year that your sphere is going to be your biggest lead source. But then what do we as agents do? Let's go buy some cold leads.
Yep.
Let's go out and go do all these other lead sources where we have 50 different lead pillars we're running, and we're the job, what is it? Not the master of one, but what's the saying on that? I can't remember.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, jack of all trades, but you're not the master of one, and the one should be the one that's going to be your biggest lead source forever and always and always and always.
Yeah,
you're so well said. Right.
So where, I was going to say, what did it develop into? So it was a moving truck, but where has it grown since then?
Well, at the same time, because I knew that the moving truck wouldn't serve them forever, like all the time. And again, I wanted to be a part of their life as much as possible. I added in a party shed and a tool shed. So think about all these seasons in people's lives, from birthday parties, they have graduations, they have, reunions, all these things that they are doing with other people, their friends, their sphere, because we know that our sphere, like 5% of our sphere is going to transact in the next 12 months, right? So it stands to reason that 5% of their sphere is going to do that, and 5% of their sphere, and so on. So I wanted to leverage the spheres. That's the way I think every good business should do, is leverage the spheres around you. And so the party equipment is commercial grade food warmers, cotton candy machines, snow cone, popcorn machines, bouncy houses, tables and chairs. But what I did is I branded every piece to my name. So these people are getting all this equipment for free by buying, selling, and investing one time. And they're bringing them to these parties with all of their friends and family. Guess whose name is being brought up?
It's freaking sick. That is so good.
Right. But okay, I didn't say this, and I always start out with this, and I should have said this because I so passionately believe this. And this is what I found out in 2014 with my business when I had a hole in it. When I was looking for my unique value proposition, like every agent, please listen to me. Whether you do this or something else, find a unique value proposition besides being the expert at connecting buyers and sellers. Mm-hmm. That is not a unique value proposition. It is the exact description of your job. It is like an attorney having a billboard that says, "I passed the bar. Come use me." Like that is not a unique value proposition. So whatever you're doing, I think that agents should be going hard in the paint right now and figuring out what is their UVP that is their point of difference. Because that's what I was in 14. I was like, well, what do I call and talk to them about? Well, I can tell them about an equity review. So can every agent. What do I call and talk to them about? I can tell them what their neighbor's house sold for. So can all 1.5 million other agents. That's like not a unique value proposition, and it's not serving them. So I wanted to have conversations with them after the sale where I was serving. And again, that serve, sell model where I was saying, hey, we just added this into our VIP program. I think you need this. I just saw you had a birthday. Do you have this coming up? Hey, do you know that we have this coming? We had this coming in. So giving my people, my agents and myself conversations that were serving and wasn't asking like, who do you know who wants to buy or sell? Commission breath, wasn't doing that. It was like, hey, I just added in a bouncy house. I know Sarah has a birthday coming up. Go ahead and jump on the website because we created software for it. Come out and get it. Oh, hey, by the way, who do you know that's having a life change that I could be of service for? That'd be great. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And we turned 1 into 5 on that.
You're answering my question, Sarah. I was going to ask you, like, how do you promote it? But it sounds like you're keeping notes of what's going on in your clients' lives and then actually reaching out to them and saying, hey, you looks like you have a birthday coming up. Did you know that we have these things? And you said you built software. So can people actually log in, and is that how they like reserve it?
Yep. Yeah, because think about, that was the other thing that happened too. So think about our beautiful websites that we spend tons of money on, right? All these websites that we spend all this money on. Well, those are serving our clients before and during. They're not coming back to those websites after. They're vetting us, and then they're looking at houses that they want to buy and or comparing to the ones they have on the market, right? And so the software I built is branded to me. It's lifetimehomesupport.com, branded to the agents I sell this product to as well. The clients go back to it to get all these services. So like with my business, my clients can save over $20,000 in the first year of buying, selling, or investing. And then they can continue to save for life with everything else that we've created.
What a unique value proposition. It's freaking sick. It's amazing to me, like that more agents aren't doing it. But I think it's because the whole industry has revolved around this idea of the transaction, and they don't know how to shift. If you think about it, I was talking to one of the past CEOs of Realtor.com the other day, and they said everybody high up knows this is a massive issue. And the issue is, if you went to sell your business right now as a real estate agent, you couldn't. But doctors can sell their business, lawyers can sell their business, financial advisors can sell their business. Real estate is the only real industry you can't sell your business. Why? Because we don't treat clients as a book of business. We treat them as a transaction. We even call them past clients, which is insane, right? Where a doctor has patients, and you sell the book of patients to other practices that want to buy it from you when you're retiring. And it's because the real estate agent hasn't built a model like you're talking about, where you almost become, how there's a financial planner, you're like the real estate planner, like you're like the home planner, everything that has to do with the home, and you provide that value of why they would want to be with you for years.
Right. And think about it this way, because I agree. So when I found that hole, I just said, I'm creating a whole new category of a business model. I'm creating a category that is going to teach agents how to build a foundation of serve, sell that enhances the client experience before, during, and after, that allows agents to build a legacy business that they can either build as an empire that they don't have to retire from, that continues to pump, or they can sell for a high amount of money. Because what are agents' exit plans? And it's statistically proven that the more systemized your business is and the more repeat referrals you have in your database, the more money your business is worth. And where are we being taught? What's the exit strategy? I mean, I know me, I got into the business when I was young, broke, brand new baby at home. I had no other choice but to hustle. But I kept thinking to myself, like, I'm not doing this forever. 15 hours prospecting, working with people who don't light me up. No way. That's not fun for me. I want to create a business that I love, that people are coming to me, already drinking the Kool-Aid, wanting to work with me, and then continuing to build, like turn that one client into 5 more, 1 into 5 more, 1 into 5 more. So I can build a business that has a healthy, sexy exit strategy.
Some would call it juicy. A juicy legacy. Some would call it.
I would.
How often do you touch your database with that value proposition? Would you say like email campaigns and all that good stuff?
It's everywhere, I would say. I mean, it's omnipresent in every single thing we do. From the prospect nurture sequence, that when they're just coming in, to the onboarding of buyer seller, to way past after sale, it's on that. we do, again, we have the software, so that helps us. That stays in front of them because they're coming back to it. We have a reason to go back. They have a reason to come back to me all the time because we're serving to them.
Yeah.
So, and then like we use it as a hook too. So we do get, if we have a referral come in from somebody, from a past client, you do still have to interview, you're still, in that stage, but you're out showing a buyer. They're likely talking to, 3 to 5 other brokers, maybe. Let's just assume they always are. I tell my agents, that's the first thing I train my agents and my agents around the nation that I'm teaching this model to is that's the first thing you talk about is, hey, has anybody shown you how the buying process works? Let me tell you how we do it very differently with our lifetime home support model. We'll take care of you before, during, and after. With our program, you save over $20,000 in the first year, and that continues for life.
Ooh,
see,
so good.
Yeah. And do you know what usually they ask us? Typically they ask us, how much more do I pay?
Yeah.
That is typically the question they get, because then it's the same thing on the seller. Like you get access to all of these things. And I haven't even gone through all of them, but you get access to all this on top of me being in our company, being the expert at connecting buyers and sellers. We're going above and beyond that. We want to be a part of all of your life journey.
And do you have a way that you progress through these? Like, is there levels that you can achieve in this, or is this just all you get everything at once?
Yep. Buy, sell, invest. One time you get all of it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
So
where do you tie it to any type of client events at a high level, or I assume you do?
Yep, we do client events at a super high level. We love on our party shed. We have a tool shed too, because think of all the home ownership needs they have that they don't want to likely buy, rent, or store these tools. And so they can come and get all these tools from me, specialty tools, wheelbarrows, ladders, commercial grade carpet cleaners, all the stuff they're going to need, again, branded to me everywhere. They can come get that for free for life. And then they also can get, we have an online discount center that's national brands that saves them like $5,300 a year, which works really good for our out of town clients who move out of market. Because think about that. All of your in-town clients who move out of market, they've created a sphere in your town. You're not going to just stop being friends with those people. So you need a strategy to stay in front of the people who move out of market, who still love you, who are still your raving fans, because their friends and family, 5% of them are going to have a life change that you can be of service to.
Who do you have that manages all of the organizational side of this?
Well, I have a PhD in failing forward. I don't think I learned. So it took a long time to figure this out. But anyway, we started at, like I said, 14, really got it going in 15. And then we just made all the mistakes, right? We did it all wrong. Did it all wrong. Didn't have the wings, didn't have the omnipresent marketing. Then we got it all figured out. So now it basically runs off of our software. The software is set up that we had built that our clients go out, go on it, rent the stuff. It's just on our checklist. Again, I have a superpower of systems. So we systemize the entire thing. So our agent gets notification when their client rents something. What a great touch point. Hey, Spike, get in the bouncy house. Love it. Have a great day. Enjoy the birthday party. Automatically gets those things. Hey, I saw you're doing this. So in May, we had a record May. We had over 800 pieces get rented in May. So we were a part of, giant we're always a part of graduations. We kind of own graduation in our market because my tables are everywhere with our name. But graduations, birthday parties, funerals, we're part of all these people's lives that are meaningful to them, which makes them, again, it just all runs off that universal law of reciprocity. Yes. And there's universal laws, you guys, that we cannot fight. It just is what it is. And that law says that when they get something, they feel compelled to give back. And how they give back is repeat and referral business. Our clients are our people out there marketing for us all the time.
Mm-hmm. How do I get the software?
I sell it to you.
Exactly. What's it cost? Like, how do I go find out? You got me sold, Amy. How do I buy it?
I'll get you onboarded by the end of the day.
I love
$199.9 for 15 users in-house, which can, unless you're going enterprise. I'm talking to a company down south that has like 6 brokers right now. They'll probably go enterprise on that. But
that's amazing.
$199
a month.
Yeah, $199 a month. Easy peas. Yeah. And another thing I want to ask agents too, pick your hard. What's your hard right now? Mm-hmm. Pick your hard. Is your hard going to be signing a buyer rep with a cold lead every time you show a house? That sounds fun. That sounds fun, signing a new one every single time because you can't get them to drink the Kool-Aid. You can't prove your worth. You can't prove your value. Or how about having warm leads come in? You're signing a 6-month buyer rep. You're going on, you're turning that 1 into 5. Kick your heart.
Amazing.
Now, does your software link to like CRMs?
It doesn't yet. I'm in the process of figuring out.
So are we.
Welcome to the club.
Yes,
Zapier is maybe the first one you want to do.
So are we. Yeah, exactly.
Or Zapier or whatever.
Zapier. That's awesome. What's the website? I think you mentioned it.
Well, it's lifetimehomesupport.com is you can get to it to look at all the products I have, my whole systemized approach. Because I also do, so I sell, because you have to have other things too besides just that. So we have the trucks, we have the party shed, the tool shed, the online discount center. We also have a dedicated home support team partners. So think of all the vendors that you guys use every day to keep your deals together to help support your clients, because you as agents are super connectors. That is our JOB. We're super connectors for them for life. We should be, right? We're connecting them to everything they need throughout the before, during, and hopefully after part of the transaction. So I had this in my brain forever, and we finally gave this wings a few years ago. And so I created this home support team partners, which are the local best. So electrician, HVAC, window cleaners, carpet cleaners, home cleaners. We have event venues on there. We have restaurants on there. We have spas on there. But are these vendors who are part of my lifetime home support model, who give my clients preferential and legendary care like we do, sometimes preferential pricing, which is fabulous. And we're there, like we're their person. So we have it everywhere where they can get to. It's a QR code they can't miss. Like whoever you need, we got you. No matter what, they know to come to us. So then I charge those vendors to be a part of that program. So I charge them $3,500 a year to be a part of that program. We have close to 100 vendors on there. And so again, it's a leads, or it's a revenue source, which again, every agent should be thinking about their company like Amazon. What does Amazon do? Every line item, they make into a profit center. You shouldn't have a cost center. You should try to find a profit center for every line item you have. So we made that into a profit center, and it's beautiful, and it serves my clients so lovely because they need these products and services, and it fills up my cup because I get to help these businesses grow their businesses too. But the third part, which I think is the sexiest part that agents don't do, and any agent can do this, is we have it as a huge lead generation source. So every affiliate partner you work with, you need to make sure that you have sat down with them and their employees, so that to be a part of my program, they have to allow us and my business developer to sit down with them and their employees a minimum of 3 times a year and talk about how not only are we the experts at connecting buyers and sellers, but how we do it with our lifetime home support model and walk them through all of our programs. Having that one-to-many presentation blows any PPC I've ever done out of the water. Any Google or any Facebook, any type of ad out of the water, any email campaign I've ever done, because we usually, there's 1 to 2 people in every room we go in, because think of the stats, that has a life change coming up or knows of somebody with a life change. And why wouldn't they use us?
Yeah.
We're here to serve, right? Yep. So
it's so compelling. I mean, it's so spot on. I think the barrier to entry is the time, and then the cost of the bouncy houses, the popcorn machines, the chairs, the tables. Is that what you're seeing from agents that are talking to you? Like me as a business person, I go, oh, no brainer. I'll do this immediately if I was in real estate. But I think like the normal agent is going, yeah, but I can't afford a moving truck. I can't afford chairs. I can't, like, what do you say to them?
Well, we have like the list of what our biggest renters are. They can get all their pool and their party and tool shed for less than $5,000. What ad spend are you spending right now that has little to no ROI that could have a lifetime value for you and brand awareness? There isn't out there. There just isn't.
So you would say $5,000 is not a lot of money to spend on your business?
No, $5,000 to spend on your money.
Can you say it louder for the people in the back? I mean, the people in the gym right now, in the car, and
yes, because likely, think about it. They're spending $5,000 on stuff they don't know is giving them any ROI. It's not serving anybody.
Yeah, agree. I think that's one of the biggest problems in this industry in real estate that I've seen. And I don't blame people when you're sitting there and you're listening to this and you're like, I don't even have $5,000. I get that, right? But the reality is like the biggest problem in this industry is that they don't realize you got to spend money to do things well and be willing to risk. Like the amount of money Josh and I spend Now, obviously, Reminder Media is a little different of a company, but the money we put out there that we don't get back for a year and a half, 2 years, but we know it will grow the organization. It's every day we're doing stuff like that at this level. And it's like real estate agents just don't get that as business people, is going like, you have to be willing to float, even if if referrals aren't your thing and you're going after lead gen and all that stuff, you have to be willing to float the thousands of dollars out there and believe in yourself and stay on it and see it through. But I would tell you, you say most people don't have a UVP because their UVP is calling and offering an equity, evaluation to somebody. And it's like, you know why that actually could be a UVP today? Because there's 1.5 million real estate agents and most of them won't even call their clients and offer that.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying? Meaning like it's not unique, but it's unique because 1.5 million real estate agents, the majority don't even do that. So if you do that, you're actually unique in that and doing it. And this year, and you're doing what, 10% of your market share, which is unbelievable. Amazing. Like that is insane. But you can hear it. Like this podcast, I'm just like, holy crap, you're like the best of the best. Like it is wild how good you are at this.
Golden nuggets. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So good. And can you explain UVP real quick?
Unique value proposition. So it's what is your point of difference from your competition? What are you doing that is different that nobody else is doing? First of all, like, okay, you just talked about, like, I'm gonna go back to this. Sorry. So I think agents need to understand, they need to have like some business coaching in a sense, like what should their marketing budget be? What should, so 5% is like just table stakes of what their, highline, revenue is. Like that's table stakes. They should be spending that anyway, and understanding that these are expenses that you need to bet on yourself to be an entrepreneur, servapreneur anyway. And you're going to know that put your head down and do the work. If you serve, the universe will pay you back. If you serve and you're doing it for the right way, it comes back around tenfold. But you have to bet on yourself and take the lead, because that's why you're in this business. And I have 3 coaches I work with, because I believe so wholeheartedly on having that accountability, and to have somebody who's at a higher level than me, who's had a better success, lay the groundwork so I can skip levels, right? And I think that's the other thing agents need to do, is like bet on themselves with coaching too. They need to bet on themselves to help somebody get them. And I'm not selling my coaching program, but I'm just saying they need to do that. That's one of the biggest mistakes I made in my career, is that I did not start my CRM fast soon enough in my career. I'd be at 15% market share, I swear to God. And I didn't start my lifetime. I didn't start my lifetime home support model soon enough, but I didn't start coaching soon enough.
That's awesome.
And we get into it. My coach said this to me. He's like, us entrepreneurs get into the business because they don't want to be told what to do. But guess what? That's all we want to be done. We want to be told what to do. How do we sell? How do we get our business to the next level? Once you get in here, that's what they're wanting. They're begging. Somebody tell me, as an entrepreneur, how do I scale to the next level? That's what they want. And you want to follow somebody who's had a proven path of success, because success leaves clues, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Great. Amazing.
So what does your organizational chart look like, if you don't mind me asking? So you got 9 staff, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's, I'm visionary, and then I have a DOO. My husband runs the finance seat in my business. I actually still sit in the marketing seat just because I can't let that baby go yet.
Too good.
We have a TCLC department, and that's run actually with 1 person here, 2 VAs.
Okay.
And then I have an ISA, but I will tell you, if I could go back in time and fix those other things, the other thing I would have done is I would have not started my ISA department first. I would have started my business development department first.
Yeah.
And so I have a director of business development who now runs my whole home support team partners and my corporate partners, because we keep taking this business model and just making it bigger and bigger. Because again, agents need to work their biggest lead source, their sphere. They have to work it, and they work it hard and work it right, and leverage out all the sphere in their org, right? Or in their eco. And then they have to add in high levels of revenue outside of commission. You just do. That is just how you're going to you have to have other levels of, or other forms of revenue outside of that. And so I wish I would have started that department first, because now what he does is he runs my home support team partners. He's getting, new ones in all the time. Goal is for us to have 125 by the end of 24. But then he also, I created a corporate partnership program, because there's a lot of companies in my market that don't fit the avatar of a home support team partner. They don't serve the client, like the B2C.
Sure.
So think of call centers or surgical centers, things like that. So he goes out, and because I have all this foundation here, I created all of my VIP club and my home support team, I created what I call an employee benefit package that we offer corporate partners for free. But the turnout or the trade-off is I get to go present to their employees. Well, they got gobs of employees.
Sick.
So we get to go in there and go do that. And then my next thing, this is sexy. This next one is sexy. And I'm creating a home maintenance and prevention subscription model. Like why are we not showing agents how to build these like beautiful legacy businesses?
Yes.
And we have all the foundation for it. So show them how to add in insane levels of recurring monthly revenue. Like show them how to do this while they're serving their clients and picking up new lead source. So it's a whole new category of a business model that I've created that I'm wanting to show agents from the very beginning. First, you need to systemize. I have a systems to scale workshop. Like you need to lay your foundation. You have to have your systems. You can't scale without systems. It doesn't work. And then you can't be successful without self-development. So then I show them on that and then showing them how to take all of my systems, how to monetize all my systems. So it's not a cost center, it's a profit center. And they go in and they're leveraging their biggest lead source to continue to pick up, gobs of market share at the same time, while working with people who aren't coming to them saying, I'm only paying you 1%. No, you're not.
Right,
you're paying me 3% all day.
Yeah.
And you're asking me if you should pay more.
Yeah. A little bit of a taboo question, but like, what is like your percentage of like profit look like at your company? Maybe percentage of like expenses as well.
My goal is 48% for this year. We're right around 40.
Wow.
But keep in mind though, that's a little bit skewed because my software creation, I have ASRE pay for that. I don't know if I should say that in front of my tax people. So again, there's a little bit of it that's skewed because software costs a ton to make.
Yeah, it
but
does.
I use it and I sell. We're just just starting to really go big with this Lifetime Home Support Academy that we've created, and so but that's always been just a cost item for ASRE.
Okay. Well, you just got some new clients. I mean, that's absolutely a phenomenal value proposition. Yeah. But it's so good because it's so concise as well. And I love that. And there's twofold to that. Like the client, it's such a great mission for serving, right? I think Garrett Marina, like serving, not selling. But it's also good for the agents on your team because everyone can get behind that mission. And I think that like with teams, I think they'll use that more, right? Because they're behind that mission, that value proposition.
And it keeps agents sticky. So my average agent tenure is close to 7 years.
Yeah, because where else could they go to get that UVP? Yeah.
And what has happened, we didn't create it this way. That wasn't the plan. But as we lose agents. Everybody loses agents. But we have I think one of the highest agent tenure. I was talking to Byron Lazine about this, and like, tell me one who has a higher agent tenure. I want to know, like, what am I missing? If there's somebody who has an higher agent tenure, what's the stats on it? Because it's not out there. And that's another thing I think about too in growing your team. What's the attrition costs of getting a new agent on there?
It's
if you can just get
point.
good people in who can perform at a high level because you're giving them a business model that they're serving, not selling, so they're happy and they stay. And then are you bringing in 10 new agents who 2 are going to stay and be good for it? Or you're just building that culture where you're only attracting the ones who are going to serve at a high level, so they're going to have a really successful business.
Yeah. So I know we're going so long, Luke, but I got so many questions. Like, so what are like the standards for your team that you hold them accountable to for making sure that the system is used?
Well, they have to live within their CRM. They have the contacts that they get. We do a ton of the heavy lifting for them as far as the VIP club goes, and gives them the contacts or the notifications when things are rented. If something is rented off after hours and staff can't do it, they come and do the pickup of that. Otherwise, it's a staff during business hours that they're doing that. We have an SOP that they have to be in a functioning leads group that meets on a weekly basis. I believe very passionately about that. That's a relationship-based lead source that they should be doing, that they can add in 5 to 10 easy transactions and serving 5 to 10 additional people by doing a 1 hour a week relationship build meeting. That is so easy, right? So that's another SOPs.
Do they have like hours of operation? Like, do they have to be at the office? Do they have to have a certain number of conversations, anything like that?
We do a lot of challenges, so we encourage that. They can only get leads if they're here. Like, I don't give out company generated leads unless they're in office. So it does buy a byproduct have them in the office more if they want to build their pipeline. And our biggest lead source is not Zillow for our company generated leads. Our biggest lead source is lifetime home support.
Amy, we're going to have you back. I mean, obviously, I know we want to do some bigger things together because, I mean, what you're doing, I believe the future of the industry is there. I think teams are going to adopt your model, and then that's going to basically eliminate solo agents as teams become more and more the hub for what's happening there because of just the value prop so huge. We're gonna have you back. I have to get to a webinar I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the next 8 minutes.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for joining us. Before we close out real quick, I know you mentioned the website. How else can people connect with you?
Yeah, so lifetimehomesupport.com. Otherwise, if you guys go out and follow me at Amy Stockberger, Stockberger on IG, on Insta, and you DM me HST, I'll send you over my framework on how to start building a home support team program that can add additional 6 figures to your business.
Amazing.
So Amy, AMYSTOCKBERGER. Follow me, DM me, HST. I got you.
Awesome. Thank you again, Amy. Thank you, Steven and Cody, for coming on today.
So good.
And then, if you like this episode and want to show your support, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Drop us a 5-star review along with a review. We'll read it here on the show. Best way to show your support is to simply share this episode with someone that you know. If you want to get a hold of me or Luke, you can email us at podcast@remindermedia.com. And, of course, you can follow us and message us on social media as well. We're at Stay Paid Podcast. For this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Joshua Stike.
Guys, I'm Luke Acree. Incredible episode. I knew it would be. I mean, I'm just amazed. I remember when we got on the phone call for the first time and I heard this, I was like, this is insane. Like, it is the future. So, Amy, congrats to you and everything that you've accomplished. My action item for everybody listening to this, you can't maybe bite off this home support system from the standpoint of getting it all done today, but what you can get done today is your UVP. You can get that done. You should at least know what that is, and then go check out Amy's software and become a client of Amy's. Remember, the difference between top producers and mediocre producers in every business is top producers take action. Take action on that today.